we'll now begin a demo of how to access the Children on the Move training online. The materials are housed on a landing page of the ISS USA website. You can put the link directly into a browser bar in your computer, and here is what the page looks like. If you don't have the direct link to the materials, you can go to iss-usa.org and click on Communications and scroll down to Children on the Move training. Once on the page, you'll see a brief description of the curriculum and some icons indicating the different components of the course material that you'll find in the download. Clicking on any one of those icons or directly on the Download Materials Now button will bring you down to a fillable form at the bottom of the page asking for some basic information. We ask for your name, your email address, the organization you represent, and the country that you're living in, all of which are required in order to complete the download. So once your credentials are in, you'll be able to see a link. You'll hit Submit, and then you'll see a link entitled COTM Modules, Children on the Move Modules. And when you click to download, the material should download as a zip file. If you have any trouble, there's an email to write to for assistance, communications@iss-usa.org. And once the zip file downloads, you can then go to your downloads folder where you'll see the zip file, which can be expanded to see all of the materials which are here. The first few are some introductory materials, a cover page, a foreword, and an introduction, which we recommend you review on your own. And we'll look at a few of them here so you have a visual of what to see when you complete the download. The first of the documents is the agenda, which sets out the course agenda by day. There are 5 days, so about 5 pages of agenda. Their agenda includes learning aims for each day, which you'll also see are included in the accompanying slide decks. The agenda includes section titles and description of each, as well as estimates of time by day and by session. These time estimates are based on the content included in a 5-day, 40-hour week training format. And so therefore each day is about 6 hours worth of content to allow for breaks. So this can be modified in each delivery setting. So each day, as you'll see as we scroll through, has between 3 and 5 sections ranging from 40 minutes at the shortest to about 2.5 hours at the longest. Again, this all can be modified by local facilitators to meet the constraints or scheduling options in each local setting. And as you'll see, as we head into the slides, that the agenda will map directly onto the slide deck. So we do recommend that you take a look at the agenda to give an overview of the course and key topics. The next part of the zip drive are the training modules themselves. There are 5 in total, 1 PowerPoint for each day. Each PowerPoint has all of the slides for that day's sessions. We'll just look at day 1, but they all follow the same format, design, and flow. So here is the slide deck for the first day. It has a few introductory slides on day 1 for the overall course. Underneath the slide, you'll see facilitator notes to guide each session, which also follow the same format throughout the course. The first 5 to 6 introduction slides are meant to give course participants an introduction to what to expect from the training, which of course will look different with each delivery, but there's tips on how to begin. And then here, day 1 begins with a title slide and follows the same flow. You'll see materials suggested for the activities, followed by the day's agenda, listing each session of the day, and in the notes, providing an overview of the learning aims for each session. There's also a slide with the learning aims for the overall day's topics. And then we begin with the first session, which has a section header that looks like this. And in the notes, it repeats a description of what the session will cover and the proposed time it will take to complete. As you'll see as we scroll through, the slides are designed to be simple, easy to read and follow along with. And there are detailed notes in each to describe all of the activities, discussions, and lectures. All of the materials needed for these activities are included in the notes section of the slides. There's no other handbook or user manual. Of course, local facilitators can make handouts or printouts for any discussion or activity as needed. But then at the end, there's a list of key takeaways and some links to key resources and source material. And as mentioned, the subsequent 4 days follow the same design and the same order and should be presented sequentially. So here they are. Now we'll take a look at the contextualization guide, which is meant to be a support document for facilitators who are preparing the course for delivery in their local setting. It's the Excel document in the zip file, and you'll see when you open it up that it's separated on the bottom with tabs, one for each day. Each tab, and then there's an introduction. Each tab is separated by session again, and you'll see the title of the session, as well as underneath it the slide number and the slide title that needs contextualization, as well as brief instructions or guidance on areas for necessary contextualization, and where applicable, some resources to support that work. Of course, not all slides need adaptation. That's why not every slide is listed. This really is meant to guide facilitators as they make the course relevant to their particular training participants in their country context. And I'll slide through here to see all 5 days. Finally, we do have some course survey questions that can be used for course evaluation. And then the last document included, which you'll see on the right side of the screen here, is the complete pilot slide deck and handouts that were used in our original pilot in Cape Town in February 2024. So these are included as a reference, though recall that the audience in South Africa was professional master's level social workers to allow us some substantive feedback in compiling the final package. So the slides will look quite different from the materials included in the course slide deck, but they're included here to give a sense of a contextualized course as well as a peek at the foundational work.